So this is Togo, a thin strip of land edged between Benin to the east and Ghana to the west. Togo is this small, so small you gotta squint to see it on the map, but there is something about this country much bigger than its size. So today on Afro, we're looking at 10 surprising facts you never knew about Togo. Let's go.
Afro.
Short intro. Togo has a population of 8 million people in 2021. Nearly 40 different West African languages are spoken here, including the Benin dialects like Ewe, Gur and Kabiyé.
No,
French is the official language and CFA being the country's currency. About 44% of the population are Christians and about 36% practice this. Well, we'll talk about that in a moment. The actual size of Togo. Togo used to be way bigger than it is today. So what happened? You see, this part of Ghana known today as the Volta region used to be part of Togo. Togo was originally colonized by the Germans, who were defeated during the First World War by the British and French forces. As a benefit of the spoils of war, Togo was split into two, whereby British occupied English-speaking Western Togo, while the French occupied French-speaking Eastern Togo. But in 1956, the western part joined war the following year was to become the independent state of Ghana. French-speaking Eastern Togo remained autonomous and later gained its independence some 3 years later. World's largest Voodoo Market.
All are souvenirs. People call this one voodoo doll, but normally voodoo is not negative, voodoo is positive. And then in our tradition, voodoo represents the four elements of this life: the spirit of the fire, the water, the wind, and the air.
Like most people, when thinking about the word voodoo, the first thing that comes to mind is dolls and needles. Visiting the Voodoo Market in Togo will teach you some real facts you gotta know about this fascinating religion. Voodoo Markets in Togo is not your typical market. It is the most unusual market you would ever witness. The market is widely known to stock the world's weirdest merchandise. You can find these items and everything else you might need for your you know what.
But this one you see is very powerful. That is the woman and the man. Ability and ability, the two are family protection. Is to protect your family.
Tourists coming here do it for fun, but the native though, they mean business. Speaking of which, would you love to have one of these voodoo dolls in your bedroom? No? Fighting festival. Togo culture is highlighted by its prominent festivals, out of which came Evala, a traditional fighting festival that lasts for 10 good days. You see, almost all African traditional societies perform coming-of-age ceremonies, and Evala is one of these traditional ceremonies performed by the Kabiyé people in northern Togo. It is a 2-week-long ceremony performed in the first half of July each year. The main activity, you guessed right, is wrestling. Young men participate in Evala as a ritualistic form of transition into adulthood. For these people, wrestling symbolizes readiness to take up challenges of adulthood, such as defending your community against enemies. Evala is important for the people, so much that even the president hardly ever misses it. Africa's beautiful city. Lomé is the capital city of Togo, and one cannot simply visit Togo without visiting Lomé. Lomé is considered to be one of the most beautiful cities in West Africa and used to be referred to as the Paris of West Africa due to its broad boulevard and cosmopolitan atmosphere. The street of Lomé is filled with vibrant markets, friendly people, and good food. Kutamako. Kutamako, officially named as World Heritage Site by UNESCO, land of the Batarimba or the Tamari people, Kutamako of northern Togo is a region of rustic villages built from mud walls and thatch roofs. These houses are very famous for their 2-story fortified houses known as Tata Somba. The ground floor houses livestock at night, Internal alcoves are used for cooking, and the upper floor contains a rooftop courtyard that is used for drying grain, as well as containing sleeping quarters and granaries. Visit this place if you want to know more about the traditions of the tribal folk who fled here to avoid capture during the years of the slave trade. What produced our phosphate? Togo is the world's fourth largest producer of phosphate. Thanks to this, watermelons are increasing in size every year. Despite being a top producer of phosphate and other minerals, it is one of the least developed countries in the world. Resource management is a key challenge here, which cries for experts to come and offer help. You can be that candle in the dark that lights up a glimmer of hope by giving this video a thumbs up. Thank you. Home of Tyre Sandals. Sandals made from worn-out tires are known to be extremely resilient. This makes them loved by desert communities and those in areas with thorny vegetation. In Togo, crafts and toys of all kinds are made out of worn-out tires. However, the most controversial usage is that of singeing meat by using fire from these worn-out tires. This has become pretty much a common practice in most West African countries. So while in Togo it is important to be cautious about eating roasted meat without knowledge of how it has been roasted. Music and dance. Traditional Togolese music and dance are an essential part of the country's culture. Through songs and movement, Togolese pass down folklore, values, real-life experiences, and history from generation to the other. Togolese music is fierce and originates from ancient initiation rites celebrating bravery, strength, purity, and honor. Drums dominate a typical Togolese music, which is often accompanied by dancing. In the fire dance, for instance, participants handle burning embers and pass them over their bare skin without apparent pain or damage to their bodies. Now, that's some god-level shit. Manners on steroids. Togolese take manners seriously. If you ever find yourself in Togo and someone older than you, who happens to be an acquaintance, is carrying stuff, as a sign of respect, you should make an offer to help them carry it. In Togo, tradition expects the younger generation to appreciate the elders' role in bringing them up by relieving them of heavy burden in their old age. That means taking up heavy stuff, standing up for the elderly to have a seat, bowing your head while greeting the elderly, and serving them food are some of the ways to show appreciation and respect in this country. Would you love to visit Togo anytime soon? Let us know in the comment section below. Share with a friend on Facebook, WhatsApp, and Twitter. As usual, I'm your host Murphy, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.